Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me live. My name is Tammy Capone, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And tonight I am going to be sharing with you a really fun treat holder that you can give out, like for your coworkers at work or, for the nursing homes or anything fun like that. So I'll be showing you how to make that. So make sure you grab a 6x6 piece of paper, and it doesn't matter really what it is, because I can show you how to do the fold and stuff, and then you can make those on your own with more fun paper if you want. And I am just jumping on my page to see the live, um, so I can see comments. So just give me 1 second. I see that I'm live. Hi, Mana. My computer's a little bit slow tonight. I had to restart it. Thank you for sharing, Mana. I appreciate that. So again, I am going to be showing a really fun fold. So if you have a 6x6 piece of paper, you can make this with me. And I'll go slow so that we can work on it together. And it just makes a really cute treat holder. So I've got a cute little peppermint bark, square chocolate. And then I grabbed a gift card that I had, and it actually fits in pretty good if you wanted to add a gift card and add a piece of candy in there. So we'll be making this tonight. Um, let's see. And then we're also going to be making by request. I did this last year, a really easy box. And again, this will also be with the 6x6 designer series paper that I'll be using. So I'll show you how to make that. It's really super simple. It is not complicated at all. And I'll show you how to do that. So this is just two 6x6 pieces of paper, and then this is just one 6x6 pieces of paper. Again, I just wanted to remind you guys, I've been posting on my page all day that today is free shipping. So you get free shipping on your order, and that is a huge save. So even like if you didn't have the Stampin' Up! Emboss cutting machine, you'll save a lot of money there with the weight. As well, as anything like that is super heavy. So you'll be saving money with the shipping. So make sure you get your orders in. It goes until midnight Mountain Time, which would be 2 a.m. Our time. So you will get the free shipping. If you go to my website, it's tammycapone.stampinup.net, and you can do your shopping there. If you have any questions about anything, you can feel free to message me when I'm done, and I'll do my best to answer any questions that you may have. So I just wanted to do a little bit of a teaser because I got this week the new mini catalog and the celebration catalog. So if you need any of these catalogs, I ordered some and they actually shipped out tonight. So hopefully I'll be getting those by next Wednesday, and then I'll put together some packages to send out to you by the end of the month. If you need catalogs, please just send me a comment or a message, and I would be happy to do that for you. So they're going to be starting January 4th through February 28th. Again, we're going to be doing the celebration, which is where you spend anywhere either up $50 or up to $100. You can pick out a free celebration item. So as you can see, looking at the front of the catalog, I can't open it up yet. But you can see there's some really fun, cute things. There's some really gorgeous paper in there. There's some really fun stamp sets that you can get when you purchase $50 or $100. So I'm excited to show you what those are. I ordered a few things, so hopefully in the next week or so I can show you some fun products that are coming. We also have our mini catalog, so this will go from January 4th through June of 2022. It's kind of funny to be saying that 2021 is almost over, and I can't believe December is flying by like crazy. So as you can see, this is a couple of the stamp sets that are coming out. This really cute windmill with, they've got some gorgeous designer series paper for spring. There's a really cute cutout there. There's some fun ribbon. So there's some really cute stamp sets with the tulips. So I can't wait to show you some of those bundles and sets that are coming out. So I'm just curious, have you guys looked at I see a lot of the people on right now are current demonstrators. If you are a current demonstrator, you have access to this catalog on your demonstrator website. It's a PDF, or you have probably already received the catalogs in your home in this past week. So let me know what you think. I think there's a lot of great products coming out, so I'm really excited about that. So tonight, one of the things we're going to be using is the Celebration Peaceful Prints that came out. I'm going to be using that. I'm trying to use up a lot of my paper that I have. And I just realized that we have to do a drawing for see who wins that. So let's do that really quick. I'm actually just going to pop over to see who the names are, and we'll write those up. So I didn't do this beforehand. My sister surprised me and we went and grabbed some dinner and pie, and we just got back. So let's see, here we go. Alright, I see Tara on there, and I see Krista, and you know what I'm going to do is I have this really cute recyclable can, and I will put the names in there. We'll use that for my bowl. How's that? Let's see. I gotta flip it over to all comments. And I see Christine. And Amy. This is a really gorgeous paper set that came out. Like I said, it was free, and so they usually do a couple of free paper sets, and they do, so we have Amber, and to see my mom's name on there, Sudana. They usually do some stamp sets as well, so I'm really excited about some of the stuff that is coming out. I think you're really going to love some of the spring stamp sets and the spring paper that is coming out. And you really can't beat, you know, spending money and then getting free products. You really can't beat that. So I am just double checking. It looks like I have everybody that... Alright, so let's pick a winner from the paper. And our winner is Krista Kakamis. Congratulations, Krista, on winning the Peaceful Prints, which is what we will be using tonight. So I'm just going to flip back to the live so that I can see all of your comments. There we go. Alright, so again, so you're gonna want at least 3 sheets if you're gonna do this. If you want to do both projects, but otherwise just at least have one 6x6. We'll make we're gonna start out doing the treat holders. I think that is pretty easy and fun to do. And then for the box, I'm going to be using this really pretty tree paper. And then on the back, it's got all the dots. So I'll be using that. So we'll trim that down in a second. Alright, so decide which side that you want to use if you're using printed paper. So I want this to be on the outside, which has got the snowflakes. And then I did the plaid paper on the inside. So I'm actually going to flip it over. So this is going to be my inside. This is going to be my outside. So the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to set it up like a diamond. And if I'm going too fast, or if you need me to re-show something, just put a shout out in the comments and I will go back and show you. I won't glue anything until I know that we're all good. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to fold it up like a triangle. You might want to use if you have a bone folder, to help crease it down. So we've got a triangle just like this. So again, this is going to be my inside, and then this is going to be my outside. Alright. So I just want to give a shout out. I see Shannon's on, and Amber, and I see Tara, and Mana's on. Thank you guys for sharing. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our point, and I'm going to fold it, and it's going to touch this side of the paper. Alright, so it's going to make a perfect straight line right across. So I've got this point coming over here, and it's going to touch this side of the paper. Alright, and then we're just going to crease it, and I'm going to use my bone folder for that as well. So I'm just going to crease it down. So we've got our 6x6 piece of paper, and we fold it into a triangle, and then we took the right side and we're folding it over. It doesn't really matter which side you do first. I'm right-handed, so I always think right, so I'm just doing the right side. So we want to bring that point and make sure it's touching that line. So then we're going to do the same thing with the left side. We're going to fold it all the way over, and it's going to touch the corner right here, okay? So we'll fold this over, and it's going to overlap a little bit on this corner that we just did perfectly fine. And you might want to use your bone folder because it's going to get a little bit tougher to do. So it's just like that. So tell me in the comments if you're participating with me, if you're doing it. If you need me to re-show that again, I can do that again. Alright, so now we've got this part almost totally done. So we're going to take the front and we're actually going to pull it down. And then this one is going to stay up. So this is going to be a cute little pocket that you'll have. So this is a really simple and easy thing if you're looking for something to, you know, make for your coworkers, and you want to leave a little something on their desk, or, you know, if you want to do a little cute little something for your child's teachers. This is really simple and really, you know, easy to do. So one piece of 12 by 12 paper is actually going to, if you just cut it into fours, it's going to give you 4, and you'll be able to make 4 tree, you know, holders right out of one sheet of 12 by 12. It's so simple and easy to do. You could just sit in front of the TV, and this is a project that you could, you know, work on Friday night after a long day. You know, you're watching a movie. This is pretty simple and pretty easy. Hi Amanda, thank you for joining me. I'm so excited, Amber, that you're making this with me. So I'm going to do another post after this, and I'm going to post these. And then if you make them and you want to take a picture and put it in the comments, you know, we all can get some ideas of the different things that you guys have done. So I'm just going to do it one more time. So I've got my 6x6 piece of paper, and I've chosen to have the snowflakes on the outside. The plaid is in the inside. So I folded it first, and we made a triangle. So now we're going to take the right side, and we're going to be folding it all the way over, and we're going to make sure that it goes right to the line. And it's going to do a perfect straight line across the top, okay? And another tip is to make sure that you're using your bone folder when you're doing this, because the paper starts to get a little bit tougher to crease. So then we're going to do the same thing with our left side, and we're going to fold it all the way over, making sure that it goes to this point. And it's going to fold over a little bit of what you've already folded. Perfectly fine. That is fine. Alright. So then we've got these two little flaps up here, and we're going to fold the front down so that it turns into a cute little pocket. So what I would suggest is, instead of just leaving it like this, you're going to want to take your glue and just do a little bit of a dot. You really don't need a lot. I made sure and got a brand new one for today. So I just did a little bit of dotted glue, just enough. You just want to make sure that, you know, the flap doesn't come up. And then you're going to want to do the same thing in the front. Just do a little bit of glue and fold it down. Okay? Give that a second to dry. Yay, Mana made it too. Awesome. I can't wait to see what color paper you guys chose to do. Awesome. So now we have this cute little pocket. So I had showed at the beginning is, you know, I had a gift card that I put in there, and it actually fits down pretty good. And then I have a piece of chocolate that I just bought. You know, you can buy a big bag of them and get a whole bunch of them, and then, you know, throw these together, and it really will not take that, you know, long at all. So then you could leave it just like this. I've seen a lot of people on Pinterest that have just left it plain, you know, especially when you're using printed paper. It's gorgeous just as it is. You really don't have to do a whole lot. But if you've got some label punches, you could go a step further. And let me see, where am I? This is a great way too, just to use up, you know, your scraps. You've got all this, you know, designer series paper laying around. Just cut them all up, use them up. This is a great project. So I'm just using, I gotta check and see which one this is. So I'm gonna punch it out in white paper, the basic white. So we have in the back of the annual catalog, we've got a lot of great punches, label punches, for your sentiments. Let me see. So, you know, we've got the Taylor tag, which I use a lot, and then we've got the rectangle postage stamp. So these are all items that you could order and get with your free shipping today. So the one that I'm using right now is called Label Me Lovely. So it's pretty square. It's a pretty good size, for especially for this treat holder. And then I also love this everyday label. I use that one a lot. So those are some pretty great punches to use for your sentiment. And then here's another one down here. It's called Label Me Fancy. So don't forget there's free shipping. So I mean, these are pretty heavy pieces. So to get the free shipping, especially with that, is pretty phenomenal. So for this set, I chose Friends Like You Make This Season Special, because I think these are perfect, you know, to share with our friends or our co-workers. So that sentiment I used from the Christmas to Remember. So Mana said, I just grabbed the first piece I saw. Trees on white, other side all red. Cool, I can't wait to see that. Alright, so we've got our Friends Like You Make This Season Special. And we're going to be using the Real Red to match our designer series paper. You can see there's a small mini dimensional piece in there. I wonder where that came from. I've been working on Christmas cards. Alright, so let's stamp that on there. Awesome. Close that up. And then if you look on there, I did more snowflakes on there. And that I used from the Welcoming Woods, which is right here. Got all of my Christmas sets in front of me to make sure I use them. So we've got our snowflakes in here. This is in the holiday catalog as well. It's got the birch trees with, this could be the water or grass, whichever you want. So, alright, let's get a small block, and we are going to be using our pool party for that. And then I just stamped it like 3 times on there. Just stamped it around. Put a couple more on the top. Perfect. So that's what it looks like totally finished. Close that up. And then for that I actually use my glue dots. There's one there. And then we'll do one more on the bottom. I thought that would be easier. And we'll just pop that right up. So tell me what you think of this. Do you think this would be something that you would do for your co-workers or for your friends? I think that's a pretty easy, fun project. I think I'm going to make a bunch of them without the gift card. I'm just going to do some candy and give them away to some of my co-workers. I think they'll appreciate that. Especially working in the school. We're always looking for chocolate, I can say that. Alright, so the next projects we're going to work on is just moving some stuff around. Is we're gonna make this really cute box. We'll make the gift tag as well with the deer, and we're going to be, I've got the deer punch, which I'm really excited. This set is carrying over into the holiday, or not the holiday, the January catalog. So I was pretty excited about that. I really need a bigger desk. Alright, so where is the... So we've got the peaceful deer. So we've got some cute little deer jumping around, laying in the grass with a rabbit. There's the line down there for the snow. We've got some pretty trees. So we're going to be using the really tall tree, and then we'll be using these 3 trees. And then for a sentiment, we're going to use sending love and peace this season. Thank you, Becky. So we'll be using this sentiment tonight. And the other sentiments are wishing you a wonderful year in friendships, dear. Super cute to use with these deer. It's the best time of year from all of us. Merry Christmas and let's celebrate. So we've also got more snow there. There's some little rocks down there. And then there's some, looks like little leaves. And then, I don't know if you can see, but there's a cute little bow. It's really small. So for the box, for the tag, I actually got that from the seasonal dies. And I have to say, I highly recommend these dies. Even if you don't get any of the sets that go with it, these dies are perfect size. You saw me use these when we made our gift tags. It's the same tag. When we did the gift tags a couple weeks ago, I used the same size. So I have already punched mine out, but I'll just show you what tags come with it. It's a little bit of a mess. Apologize to that. So we've got this really cute big one, and then there's lots of smaller size. So we've got the really long one, which, where did I put? Which would go with some of the longer sentiments. And then another label die. And then this super smaller one. So, I mean, you get a lot of great dies, even if you don't use these other dies for the Christmas season set. And then there's a really small one. So you're probably wondering what these little pieces are for. All stuck together. So these you would use for the ends of your label, and then you could just weave your ribbon through, and that would kind of give it a really cool look if you use those. So tonight I've already die cut it, like I said, and I'm going to be using this label die. So I'm going to set these all aside, put them away so I don't lose them. Alright, so the first thing we have to do is, if you want to make this along with me, is we have to take our paper and trim it down to 6 by 6. So this is a 12 by 12 piece of paper. We're just going to cut it right in half to begin with. I am using our Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, which I absolutely love. It's got an extended ruler on the side. And it's got a track with, it has a cutting blade and a scoring blade, which is perfect for 2-in-1. So now I'm going to turn it and I'm going to cut it again at 6 inches. And I've got my 2 pieces that I need for my box. So we'll set our trimmer aside. Well, actually, no. We're going to use our trimmer. So when you're making your boxes, I scored 1 inch in. So that's going to make your box at 4 inches by 4 inches. So whatever you decide to score your size in, so if you go with a 1.5 or a 2 inch, you're going to make a smaller box and it'll be a little bit taller. So if you were to do a 1/2 inch scoring, which you'll understand as I'm going, but if you do a smaller score, it's going to make your box super thin. So that's something to think about. There's no set dimensions to making the box. It's whatever you decide and how big and how wide you want your box. So that is something to think about. What set is that, Tammy? So it's the Peaceful Deer. Tell me if that's the right set that you're thinking of. So this is the Peaceful Deer set, and it comes with a punch. So when you punch it out, which I did already punch out in black, the deer, that's what it looks like. And you can also punch out, it all punches out at the same time, the antlers, and you could put antlers on there as well if you wanted to. So I hope I answered your question, Amanda. Let me know if I did not, and I'll try to answer it again. So again, as I was saying, so with the side for this one, I just did a 1 inch. So this is perfect for a gift card. You could put some tissue paper in here and do jewelry. You could do, like a keychain. You could do a magnet. This is perfect for any gift. So just wanted to show you what that looks like with the gift card in there. So if you put tissue and paper in there, it's perfect for the gift card. And it's pretty easy to take it in and out. So when I made mine, the die set, okay. So the die set is the seasonal label dies. It's the seasonal label die. So this is going to be in the holiday catalog. Ooh, you're making brownies. Yum. I'm sure your brother is probably loving having you there. Yes, correct. So if you order tonight, you get savings on the bundle and you get free shipping. So when I did my designer series paper, I did the trees on top, and then for the bottom part, I did the opposite. So that is really fun too. When you've got the double-sided, you could, do one side one and do the other. So, alright, so I am going to do this as a 1 inch. So we're going to use our scoring blade for that. And I'm going to score at 1 inch. And you're going to score all the way around. So I'm turning it and I'm doing 1 inch. So every time I score, I'm going to do 1 inch. And we're going to do the same thing for both pieces if you are wanting to move ahead. So keep in mind too, we're using designer series paper, which is really thin. So you really don't need to push super hard when you're scoring, because it may go right through. If you were using cardstock, then you definitely want to push down a little bit harder when you're scoring, because it's thicker quality. So I just turned it and I just kept scoring it at 1 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other piece as well. And again, I'm doing that as 1 inch. So I'm turning 1 inch. Turning 1 inch. And then again, so you're doing all 4 sides at 1 inch. Alright, so we've got that all done, so we don't need our paper trimmer anymore. So now we actually need our scissors. So we only have to do 4 cuts on each sheet. And it doesn't really matter where you cut. You just have to make sure that you're doing the same side. So if I'm going to cut on this side, then I'm going to turn around and cut on the opposite side. So again, if I cut on this side, I'm just going to cut on the opposite side. So you're only just cutting a little slit. So you can see where it's scored, where you see this little square. So I'm just going to cut right on the line where I scored. So I'm only going to cut up to this line. Just like that. So that's all that I am cutting, and I just cut right up to the line. I'm going to do the same thing right on the other side. Just have to tilt a little bit so I can see the score line. And then again, I'm just going to turn it and do the same exact thing that I did on the other side. And we're going to repeat the process with the other sheet of paper. Does anybody have any questions about anything that I've done so far? It's pretty easy. So we've cut the slits on the both sides. We're going to do it again on the other. So the free shipping, again, goes until tonight. It goes until midnight, which is Mountain Time. So that's going to be 2 a.m. for us on the East Coast. Alright. So now what we got to do is we're just going to fold where we've scored. And it doesn't matter any which way. It actually goes pretty quickly. Alright, so I'm going to fold the other one really quick so that we can do the gluing all at the same time. So is anybody making the boxes too at the same time as I am that needs me to repeat anything? Just let me know. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our tabs and put a little bit of glue on them. And they're going to go on the inside of the box. So then we're going to put glue on there and then just put the flap right on there. Same with this, put the flap right on there. So make sure it just lines up to the corner. And it's going to start to shape our box. So again, we'll just take this, we'll line it right up to the edge. And then we'll do the same thing for all 4 of the corners. And this will be the top of our box. I'm going to do the trees on top. Awesome, Anna. I'm so glad that you're making it with me. Alright, so the last one. So how cute is that? So this is the top of the box. Just like that. Super, super easy. I think it's super easy. So we're going to set that aside to dry, and then we're going to do the bottom. So flip it all over. And then we're going to do the same things, making sure that you glue the flaps on the inside. You don't want to do it on the outside, or it's actually going to show. I like this liquid Tombow glue because it's a fast drying glue, and it's once it sticks, it's there for life. It's not going anywhere. Alright, so last but not least, we're going to do these 2, and then we are going to start working on our cute little tag for the top. People love homemade things, homemade gifts. And this is a pretty simple and easy thing, again, that you could do sitting in front of the TV while you're watching a movie. Alright, I had to wipe my hands. They were getting a little sticky from the glue. Alright, so we have our top and we have our bottom. Super fun. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make our tag, and then we'll get some black. I'll look through my stash and get some black scrap. So for this set, we are using the deer, the Peaceful Deer. And like I said, we're going to use the tall tree and then the 3 trees that are together. So we've got our tall tree. And this is the sentiment, sending love and peace. And we need our 3 trees. So for the color that I'm going to use tonight, besides the black for the sentiment, I'm going to use the garden green because it goes perfect with the box that we're making. We need to get some blocks. Put our tree on there. Last but not least, our sentiment. Alright, so let's ink up our tree. If you've got new stamps, I like to just season them. I just rub them on my hand. If you're not comfortable doing that, then I just use an eraser. There we go, much better. So I'm going to do that onto the left side of my tag. And we're going to do our trees, and I'm going to show you a really fun technique. So I'm inking that up, and I'm going to do that all the way over to the right. And then if you look at the tag that I made, it's in the background is really light, so it's called second generation stamping. So I'm actually not going to ink it up again, and I'm just going to stamp it again. And it looks really cool because it looks like the trees are in the distance. Isn't that awesome? I think that's really neat. So again, that's the second generation stamping. And you could do a third generation, so it would be even lighter. It's just a great way of using your ink pads and getting more color. So I think that's pretty cool. Alright, so we have to stamp our sentiment in black. I'm playing I Spy. I just had it. Here it is, hiding underneath the box. So we will ink that all up. And do that up in the corner. It's going to overlap on my tree, and that's cool. I'm good with that. So there is our tag. Pretty simple, pretty easy. I've got some really pretty checkered ribbon. This I just grabbed from my stash, so this I will admit is not Stampin' Up. And I'm actually just going to use a stapler to staple that right on. So I've got my stapler right here. So I just cut a little piece, nothing fancy, and I'm just folding it in half. And then we will staple it right to the top. Watch those fingers. Isn't that fun? So cute. And then what we're going to do, this should be totally dry. So when you put it in, you just need to pinch the corners. And it fits in there perfectly. So we're going to use our pop dots. Let's see. And I'm actually using up the edging of it. So I'm on the end of finishing this up. Well, let's do one more in the bottom. Peel off the back. I'm going to do a little bit to the left. I thought it would be cute to do a deer on there. And I've got some scrap black. We'll get our deer punch out. This is super fun. So with our punches, it has a lock mechanism, which is nice for storage. I stack them all up when I have them on my shelf. So we're just going to unlock it. It pops open. I like to do my punching with the picture facing up so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to show you, I'm punching everything out, exactly everything that comes with it. So as you can see, it's got the 2 antlers to it. There's the deer. And then I actually have a little dot, so if you wanted to make Rudolph, you could do a little red nose. Move that over. So now we're going to get our pop dot and just put one on the back here. And just put him on the side. So you can see it's pretty simple, it's pretty cute, I think. So when you take it out, you just pull it out, and then I just pinch the corners when I'm putting it in. Pretty simple and pretty easy. So thank you so much for joining me live tonight. I had a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what you guys have created as you've created with me. So we made these really cute treat holders for co-workers or friends. And then we made a really cute box that you can use for gift cards or jewelry or anything you can imagine that will fit in there. So I'm going to post these on my page in a minute, and I'd love for you to take a picture for those of you that have participated with me, and just put in the comments your picture, and we'll all have some fun, some inspiration. Just wanted to remind you again tonight about the free shipping deal that goes until midnight Mountain Time, 2 a.m. for Eastern Coast. If you want to go shopping, you can shop at tammycapone.stampitup.net and get your free shipping, which is a phenomenal deal. They only do the free shipping a few times a year, so this is fantastic. I will say that their shipping is being a little bit behind, so I can't guarantee if you do do any like stocking stuffers or anything like that they will be here for Christmas. We can cross our fingers and hope that they do. I did an order last week and it just shipped today, so they are a little bit behind because of the holiday and, you know, with COVID and shipping across the United States. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. Stay warm. We're getting a little bit of snow. It's a little cold out there. And I will see you next week. Have a great night. Bye.